Hello and welcome to A View from the Cab. An article came through in my newsfeed as these articles do, and it's talking about Medway Council. Medway Council again, my favourite subject, my favourite target. It's from Kent Online. Medway City Estate roadworks to continue into spring after initial completion date set for February. Just to give you some context here, the Medway City Estate is a ghastly trading estate in the Medway towns. It is notorious and legendary at the same time for having some horrific traffic mismanagement. I mean, you know, for 20 years I've been a bus driver in this town, and it's always just been horrible to get out of at certain times of the day. So it goes on. Complications. How can it be complicated to build a slip road out of this industrial estate? Complications to a major multi-million pound new slip road. Multi-million pound. How much is it going to cost? To ease congestion from an industrial estate means works will not be finished this month as originally expected. Well, there's a shock, isn't it? A friend of mine did actually say to me, no, they won't finish that on time. And I was so optimistic. Signs at the exit to the Medway City Estate put out since work began 1,000 years ago in September. Said work would be complete in February after a 6-month construction. I mean, how it takes 6 months is absolutely beyond me. But with the month drawing to a close, Medway Council says works are due to be completed in the spring. Yeah, because all them blokes down there have been stood around doing nothing. Asked what had caused the delay beyond February, the authority said there had been issues during construction to resolve complex issues to divert utilities with service providers. There had been issues during construction to resolve complex issues to divert utilities with service providers. It's only moving phone lines and stuff, and I mean, how hard can it be? These works are now taking place and can be completed as part of the £2 million scheme at the Anthony's Way roundabout. The council also cited traffic management restrictions put in place to protect works and attempt to balance delays for motorists had placed limitations on the pace of the works. Are you serious, bro? They've coned off from Vanguard Way, where the roundabout is that they're messing up, all the way through Vanguard Way, all the way through the Medway Tunnel and through to the other side of Chatham Maritime. They've coned off, must be a mile of road, easily, just so they can slow everything down to a snail pace. I mean, I don't know how that can place limitations on the pace of the works. Nothing's moving down there. The major junction upgrade, which will see the slip road from the estate link up with Berwick Way on the A289 towards Wainscott, is aimed at easing queues leaving the area at busy times. Now, here's the thing. They didn't need to spend all of that our money, wasting our money like that. They literally, and this is as simple as it gets, part-time traffic lights at the end of Vanguard Way. That's it. Just some temporary part-time traffic lights. Switch them on at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, switch them off at 6. Just manage the traffic flow. Red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green. It's very, very simple, but of course, those balloon heads at Medway Council, and they are balloon heads as well, they're just utter retards at this road department. Speaking about the latest stage of the project, Michael Edwards, the council's head of transport and parking, said works to create the new slip road on Medway City Estate to help improve journey times for the people who work there is due to be completed in the spring. Work on the new slip road is progressing, and a contractor has built a new retaining wall. That's took them 6 months. and is currently carrying out works to divert utilities and install drainage in preparation for the new road structure. New curbs are also being installed, and preparation works for upgrades to the street lighting, because that caused no end of problems the other week. Street lighting and signalised pedestrian crossing is also underway. There's a pedestrian crossing there anyway. Honestly, the other week, there was a perfect storm of nonsense, really. There was, they decided they needed to cone off, one of these lanes on this dual carriageway at a massively busy time. There was an accident on the M2, so all the traffic was pouring off at junction 1. And I ended up, a good 2 hours late. All because these idiots just don't know how to manage traffic. They just haven't got the first clue. We apologise for any inconvenience. I disbelieve that. The works may cause, and we'd like to thank motorists for their continued patience. Yeah, right. You know what you can do with that? Oh, here it is. The last week, a lane closure on the opposite side of Berwick Way, approaching the Medway Tunnel, for pedestrian crossing works led to enormous delays, with some drivers sat in jams for about 2 hours from the M2. Yeah, I was in that. The Medway Tunnel heading towards the estate and Strood has been reduced to one lane ever since the start of the work on September the 13th. It has been causing daily traffic congestion all day, every day. And all they needed to do was install some part-time traffic lights at the end of Vanguard Way. But no, we can't do that because we don't want people sitting in the Medway Tunnel. But they wouldn't be sitting in the Medway Tunnel if they'd have lowered the speed limit, because they've got the power to do that. They can adjust the speed limit. If they'd have lowered the speed limit to 30 in the afternoons, kept both lanes open, you had the lights of Vanguard Way, going red for 30 or 40 seconds, so the traffic in the estate can escape, and then you have them go green again, and then the traffic in the estate can make its own way out. Then have them go red again for 30 or 40 seconds. How many cars are going to get out of that estate in 30 to 40 seconds? A lot, a very lot. And how many cars are actually going to be stationary in the tunnel while all that's going on? Not very many, because they're reduced down to 30 miles an hour anyway, which we are at the moment. But there's people sitting in the tunnel as it is. We're sitting in the tunnel as it is, because it all backs up, and then you get the whole phantom traffic jam thing where somebody up ahead's following too close, they brake, then the car behind brakes, then the car behind brakes, and on and on and on and on, and it snowballs out of control. So people end up sitting in the tunnel anyway. I've sat in the tunnel myself, personally, numerous occasions, for several minutes at a time. And these idiots at Medway Council, honestly, they haven't got the first clue about how to manage. The head of roads and parking, is that what he's called? Transport and parking. Well, mate, you need to be given the gooner straight away, because you're rubbish. And if you think this junction upgrade is going to actually improve anything, you need to have your head, your bumps red. Do you know what I mean? There's something wrong with you. But there it is. So the works at the Medway City Estate, Anthony's Way roundabout are going to continue for a bit longer, and people of Medway are going to be made even more miserable, because the people in Medway, they're miserable anyway. And I understand it. The people of Medway, we're all miserable, we're all unhappy. But then you get this local authority that hasn't got the first clue what it's doing about transport and parking. Good Lord above. This fella, honestly, I wouldn't trust him to open a yogurt that was already opened. But there we go. So it's going to take a little bit longer. But then, of course, we knew it would, didn't we? It was really optimistic and naive to expect any different from, a local authority like Medway Council. So there it is. Thank you for watching. Take it easy out there, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.